Oh,
path
yeah.
lies before me.
And umbrellas.
The mortus in lingua mortis.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
They seem strange. Anything I should be worried of?
Don't drink the water.
We're in the middle of nowhere. Why come here?
Gotta get Marina back for man.
Did you find your sister?
Heard her screaming, but not real.
Do you have any family?
Mom, Joe, Marina, and soon a niece.
Mother. Where are you from?
Farm out by Baldur's Gate.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
You see him?
Step carefully. There's a trap.
By the way, for the mustache. And by the way, let's go to this place. See?
My sweet Callum, whose beloved asked that his beauty never fade.
There are glints in the light.
Oh, me head. Oh no. No. Why ain't I petrified?
Ag's dead.
What? How am I still breathing? I've the bite.
What the bite exactly?
I wouldn't wish it on anyone. Your insides end up on the outside. Petrification stops the spread.
I was on death's door. But now I feel I feel great. How?
Look for the remnants of the hag's magic on us. Ah, damn it. One. Okay.
You detect traces of decaying magic within him, likely the cause of his disease.
But that doesn't make a lick of sense. The bite ain't magical. Unless that double-crossing, filthy, lying hag! She made me sick and then trapped me in stone for kicks!
How long were we trapped like this?
I don't know! Days! Years! My kids were only babes when I left. The stones know how old they are now.
Focus on the positive. At least you now you'll see them again.
Only 'cause of you. I ain't got no way to repay you.
Don't worry, I didn't help just to get a reward.
No. What you've done for me and mine today won't be forgotten. Thank you.
My dearest Ephraim, he begged me to halt the deadly disease that ravaged him.
Okay, let's go for her.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Why did you go to the hag?
My family took her, my baby girl, pretending she never existed. Told Ethel never wanted to see them again. She took my eyes.
Why did your family take your child?
They didn't like me having something they couldn't touch.
Can you tell me about Ethel?
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters without baby girl.
Is there anything I should know about this place? Thank you.
This poor dear wished never to lay eyes on her family again.
Is the hag gone? God, tell me she's gone. Oh, please.
She's dead. You're safe now.
May she burn in the 9 hells. The things she did. Things she made me do. Vile. Disgusting. Good gods. You're the one. The mind flayer.
Not if I can help it. Can you
No. The hag's gift is gone, but it's going to happen. Soon. I saw you screaming, covered in your own insides as that thing bursts out of your skull. You change, skin ripping from your body, and then you butcher everyone. Everyone around you.
When did this happen?
I don't know. Could be a 10-day. Could be any moment. I can't do this. You're too dangerous. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Alright. What about the door?
The corpse has nothing to say.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Yeah, that's something to say.
In Nocte Conceiving.
Bleed. Choke on your guts.
Where do you keep your valuables?
In my workroom.
Thank you. Are you the only hag around here?
Where there's people, there's hags.
Why did you want my arena?
Didn't want the girl. Wanted her babe. Was going to eat it and make a hag daughter.
Why are you so cruel?
Not me. That's cruel. It's people. They want and want and want. I merely give.
What deal did you make with my arena?
The brat's husband is dead. So sad. She wanted me to bring him back to life. Little fool thought it would fix everything.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Everything here. Okay. That's what we came here for. Yeah, why do we have this marker here? Again. I think I looted it, but I will get certainly this one. Alright, then we'll rest, talk to the people.
drink?
I'm fine.
Loosen up, pick her up.
No, an Albert.
You know, I never pictured myself as a hero. Never thought I'd be the one they'd toast for saving so many lives. And now that I'm here... I hate it. This is awful.
Really? Saving life is awful?
We killed some goblins to save some tieflings. The tally of lives didn't change much. But what do I get for all my hard work? A pat on the head and vinegar for wine. Pfft.
This bottle and try the wine.
It's a heavy, rich red, dry and sharp.
See what I mean? Awful. All I want is a little fun. Is that so much to ask?
What's your idea of fun?
By the hells. Sex, my dear. A night of passion. Let's wait until things quieten down. Once the others are asleep,
No, thank you.
we'll find each other.
You are not my type. On second thoughts, maybe not.
Never listen to your second thoughts. They always spoil the fun. But fine, if you're determined to ruin your evening, I won't stop you.
Hope you're enjoying the night, hero. I certainly am. Cheers to many more like this.
Everyone seems to be in high spirits. Strange. You know who I never thought I'd find myself caring for?
Me?
Your words, not mine. But not what I mean. I mean, desperate people. Like those refugees. Never gave them much thought. Certainly not that bunch in the grove. Yet we came through for them. We saved their lives. Odd.
Not so odd. We did the right thing.
That's more easily said by some than others. But nobody's here to debate right from wrong. Share a bottle with me?
Glad to.
We should wait a little while. Until the others have drifted off.
I'll find you after everyone's turned to the night.
Best not keep me waiting. I'd prefer not to entertain myself.
Would you look at this place? All these people happy because of us. It's nice to be somewhere where good is still possible. Speaking of, from where I'm standing, it looks like you and Shadowheart are getting more familiar. She's a funny one, all pointy and secretive, but it seems like there's someone very sweet beneath it all, you know? Good to see the two of you getting along anyway. At least one of us is getting a little action. Though, you know, if you wanted to meet up later, maybe we could meet up later.
No, there is someone else, Carla.
I know, but you only live once. And if you never throw your dart, you'll never hit the bullseye. Thank you for noticing.
Enjoy yourself tonight.
Not if I enjoy you first. Enjoy the party. And enjoy so-and-so too while you're at it. For now.
Look at them all. Guzzling poison like we've the right to be happy.
Journalism have a printer. There's a mug near me, flying.
Perhaps it'll make the evening more tolerable.
Oh, I wanted to...
This party's a bit more bearable, thanks to that pint.
Think of it. No more caves, no more tents, no more running away. We'll be in a city with roads and markets and homes.
Happy.
Patience? Have you no respect for showmanship?
Having performance issues, Roland?
Hush you, and behold!
This eyes tells everything. Let's see.
Adoring applause? You're too kind.
Remember when he could barely cast that?
They grow up so fast.
Never have I met such troglodytes. Now, pass the wine.
Are Roland and Leah actually getting along? I know you cut down a horde of goblins, but this is far more impressive.
Look at them. How happy they are. We did that.
How about the three of you? Been fun?
Yeah. Don't tell Roland, but his magic show might be the highlight. He's been doing them since we were little. He'll make it big in Baldur's Gate. I know it.
This might be the wine talking, but I'm feeling inspired. Thinking of writing my next song about you. But I need an angle. Any ideas?
How about couch? Less. No material.
Fitting. You're braver than half this camp combined. That deserves to be remembered.
I have seen the Kithraki tear a screaming Nyogi's legs from its belly to fashion into blades. Yet, they could not match your nerve today. It was enough to drive me to madness. A pity for us you have promised your knight to the half-elf. I've no doubt you will satisfy your tastes for endless conversation.
Grateful for your aid. You really are gifted. Warrior.
Vlaakith demands of me no less. If only I might lay claim to my proper trophy. Come morning, you will wonder. You will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt. Oh, but do enjoy yourself this night. I intend to myself. Astarion looks particularly tempting.
Okay.
Just a moment, maybe.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Aha, there you are. Come now, settle in. I do hope you have partaken of something bracing. This may well take us all night.
By this you mean?
Why, your naming, quite obviously. That ballad was but a crude preview, a frame without its crowning jewel. Your nom de guerre. Something iconic. but not too much of a mouthful. We don't want to exclude the common folk, after all. I intend this tale to enrapture all.
Got something in mind?
Far too much. This is the very problem. If you could set aside your many triumphs, carry out one defining act, not to belittle your achievements to date, of course, but besting a dragon, a giant, a god, perhaps? I must deliberate. Go. Enjoy your evening. I shall have work for you in the days to come.
Where is the wheel?
No.
Oh.
Let them have fun. I'll be ruined.
Beautiful night, don't you think? Nothing like a brush with destruction to make one appreciate the majesty of the celestial canvas. It's a view I would once have shared with my companion, though definitely unaccompanied by such revelry. She preferred it when we were alone, curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight.
What?
Oh, not everyone is comfortable being alone with their thoughts. Though I never felt alone with a book in my hand, or with her for company. I speak of Tara, my Tressim, assistant, my constant companion through all the ills and tribulations my hubris has thrust upon me. She'd been most impressed by our efforts saving these tieflings. Proud, even. And I've given her little to be proud of recently, after I was afflicted with my condition. And locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable, wallowing in my self-inflicted tragedy. I'd given up on myself. But Tara never did. It was her encouragement, her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me. She saved my life. After so long being cared for by someone else, it feels good to have repaid the favor. Not directly to Tara, but to these poor tieflings. I'm sure she would approve.
Must be very smart. I've done all that.
Smart does her a disservice. She's a fine wizard in her own right, though somewhat held back by her lack of opposable thumbs. You remind me of her somewhat. There's a steeliness in you, an unwavering tenacity, even in the face of, to be frank, quite dire odds. Wish she were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey. She's safer at home. Besides, she was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope.
Bad luck on that front. I'm actually a ning with these guys.
Very funny. But as we all know, nymphs are sticklers when it comes to their bathing routines. You, my friend, haven't been near a fresh spring in a 10-day or more. Not that I don't appreciate your musk. Actually rather like it. Well, this seems as good a time as any for me to stop babbling on.
It's an attempt at bleaching. You should stop. I'm not interested.
Right. Understood. You shall hear no more on the subject from me. Consider this budding romance thoroughly nipped. Though I hope our friendship need not come to such an abrupt end. Go! Indulge in the frivolities. They're good for the heart. And mine will be all the lighter to see you enjoying yourself.
Ah, hells. I was hoping you wouldn't notice I was gone.
Hey, all right.
No. I'm deeply proud of you. A touch less so of myself. In truth, I don't feel in a festive mood, and I didn't want to cast a grey cloud over the night. I'm a devil. I love the people from the Grove, but I unsettle them deep down, as I seem to unsettle everyone nowadays. You don't want a devil at your party. Claws will pop the balloons, you see. And the sweet cakes don't taste half as good as raw eggs with this blasted forked tongue.
You don't unsettle me. You know that.
If only half the world had half the heart you do. But, off with you. This is your day. Have a dance. Enjoy the music.
Possible.
12 impossible deeds every day before the sun reaches its apex. That's the way of the blade. Sometime alone beneath the stars, and I'll be back to my old self. Promise. Still, it's a night to remember. You've made sure of that.
I everyone know about this.
No, let them have fun. I'll be ruining it come morning anyway.
You came through for us. That's a change from most adults I know.
Don't be so harsh on your elders.
I'm not. I'm glad they can celebrate before we've even got to the gate. Just like I'll be glad to be rid of them once we're there.
So the druid is green. With me.
What are you going to do in the city?
Go on now. Don't waste a night like this talking to me. We'll discuss your problem tomorrow.
Take your own advice, why don't you? Go on, mingle a little.
Later, perhaps. Don't worry about me. A night under the stars amidst nature's creation is just what I need after being locked up in the goblin's dungeon. Go on, enjoy yourself. Seek out some wine before it runs dry. There are a lot of thirsty people around here.
You have no idea how good it feels to see these people smiling. The singing we could probably do without, but even so, thank you. Go on, do your rounds. But if they hand you something purple, don't drink it. I think they got into Ethel's potions.
Potions? Yeah,
I was
good job.
8, and you magicked up a kitten. How was I supposed to know it was made of fire?
You made it. Come here. Sit with me.
I wouldn't dream of missing it.
So eager. I'm surprised it took you this long. Well, to begin, I think a toast is in order. Any suggestions?
Us?
Bold. What does us entail? I suppose I'll find out. To us. Now tell me something about yourself. And no tadpoles, dragons, marauding goblins, or anything like that. Something about you. Don't laugh, but I'm not quite sure I have anything to share. When you worship Shard, secrecy is everything. We'll sacrifice our own memories when ordered to. A lot of the little things, they're lost to me right now.
Oh, you like orchids and swim. Told me once.
I did. And you remembered. You're sweet. There's still plenty of wine, and the whole night is ahead of us. Nearly light. The others will be awake soon.
Yeah, just can't wait. I don't want this and just.
Another moment won't kill them, I suppose. Well, it might, but let's take that risk. Thank you for last night.
I hope there will be more to come.
Me too.
She trails off. You read an invitation in her eyes.
Well, will we romance Shadowheart? Have a same outfit again.
That didn't hurt, did it?
Oh, far from it.
Good to know. For the future. Let's head back, if we must.
I trust you enjoyed your evening. After all your efforts, it was well deserved. It may be some time before you're afforded another such night. There is much to be done, and I promised I would help you however I could. I'm certain a cure for you can be found at Moonrise Towers, but it's complicated. The journey specifically, it's extremely perilous, though it seems you're well accustomed to navigating danger.
I suppose it was too much to hope we were going to be cured here and now. To Moonrise, then.
What's so dangerous about?
To get to the towers, you'll need to pass through a terrible place. A cursed place. This curse shrouds everything in shadow. You will not find life, light, or anything natural there. Any who linger are twisted by the curse. They become shadow beings, tormented, dangerous souls.
Forces can tolerate such.
So it seems, though I don't know how. You will have to choose your approach carefully. You could go overland, along the Risen Road or through the mountains. Easier at first, but you'll run into the shadow curse eventually. You could also go under. There is a tunnel somewhere in the ruined Temple of Selûne. It leads to Moonrise Towers through the Underdark. Long ago, a man called Ketheric Thorm built a secret stronghold deep down there, before rallying a whole army of Dark Justiciars, Shah worshippers.
Dark Justiciars. I must see for myself.
Aridon and his lot were looking for a way down there. They were promised riches if they retrieved a relic called the Night Song. But I think there's more. From this stronghold, Ketheric's forces could access both the Temple of Selûne and Moonrise Towers. But he was defeated before he could launch an attack. If you can find this place, I'll wager it will reveal a more direct path to Moonrise Towers. And maybe even bypass the worst of the Shadow Curse.
you do?
The decision is yours, but I'd favor the Underdark. Even a place like that is the lesser evil compared to the shadow-cursed lands.
Never thought I would say this, but sounds like Underdark is a safer.
Anything is preferable to risking the shadow curse. I would like to join your camp, if you'll allow me. I can offer my skills, my counsel. I've long sought to return to Moonrise Towers. It seems our fates have aligned.
Moonrise? Oh, why?
Unfinished business, and a lifetime of regret to repair. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thorm and his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region before he was defeated. I spent years researching the curse, trying to put an end to it. Nothing has worked. Yet. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse. Same as you may find a cure for your infection.
That's why you went with Erodin? You thought you might uncover this road to Moonrise?
Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceramorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close.
What about the grove?
I've chosen a successor as first druid, Francesca of the High Forest. A bird's already been dispatched to summon her. Precisely. Who indeed? You do not know, and neither do any of the others. The Grove needs to move beyond the mistakes of the past. What it needs is an unknown quantity. An outsider who can enforce the Oakfather's teachings without bias. This is why I chose Francesca. She will restore simplicity and purity to the Grove in my absence.
On this course,
Resentment will spring up like mushrooms no matter what I do. You cannot please everyone, and you'd be a fool to try. Now, we've quite the journey ahead. Best get started.
Do not be so impatient to move on as Halsin. As ever, the Githyanki Kresh remains our priority.
I know. Okay, so hit it. Remove player parasite. Yankee Crash, that is. Racy potential. New visitor told us soul parasite can enhance us if we absorb its potential. I don't really want to add worms to myself. Finish the master work weapon. Discover the Susur trees can be found deep within the Underdark. We found blueprints to masterwork weapons. All we need to forge one is some bark from Susur tree. Okay, we'll find it in Underdark. Where's the cellar? Decide what to do with the Book of Necromancy. Of Darkness. Gauge. refugees. Hey. Oh. Okay.
All's well, I hope.
I want to talk about that night we spent together.
I was going to say the very same thing. As soon as I worked up my courage a little. I can't recall the last time I shared so much with someone. Maybe I never did before. It meant a lot to me. You mean a lot to me. And that was before the kiss.
It meant a lot to me. And I hope there is more to come.
I hope so too. Though I'm not sure what kind of courtship will be afforded, given all that we're facing. But if you want to see where this goes, I do as well.
Something strange happened. That artifact you carry, it seemed to just come to me.
I know. I felt it.
Didn't take it. I just suddenly had it.
You wouldn't have been able to take it. The artifact has a will of its own. It'd fight back if it didn't want to be with you. I felt it go from me to you. You need its help, just as it needs us. Still just a box, after all.
You will want it back?
Might not be possible. It's stubborn that way. Prone to lashing out. Keep it for now. We can all help to protect it. I was hoping you'd come to chat. What do you need?
I'm intrigued when Halsin mentioned dark scars.
Wouldn't you be in my place? If there's even the slightest chance that Shah worshippers remain within our reach, we should try and find them. Even if they're all long gone, and that seems quite likely from what we know, who knows what they may have left behind for us to use? My people are nothing if not resourceful. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a dark justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. To become a dark justiciar is to become the Night Singer's sword arm, her implement with which she will cast down the unbelievers and win the final battle to restore her perfect, endless darkness. It's all I ever wanted. I prayed it was my calling. But Mother forbid me from seeking to prove myself worthy of the rank. She said I was not ready. Not my mother, I should add. The Mother Superior, head of Lady Shah's enclave in Baldur's Gate. Sometimes I wonder if she would ever deem me ready. I owe her everything, and I only wish to serve, yet she can prove inscrutable.
Do you think she'll ever relent and make you a dark justiciar?
I don't know. Perhaps if I succeed in my mission and reach Baldur's Gate. Hope has little place amongst Lady Shah's children. It's an illusion, a distraction. But for this, I hope my time will yet come.
Thank you for sharing. You and I, we share something special, I think. I want to talk about.
Very serious of you. But go ahead.
How are you faring?
Always good when I'm with you.
talk about all that's happened to us.
Fine. What's on your mind?
What do you think about what happened to the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have raised that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
How am I holding up in your estimation?
Quite splendidly, to give credit where it's due. You and I have shared some good times together, and it seems we have plenty in common.
Copper for your thoughts?
You and Mizora seem to know each other. How?
We were both part of Zariel's inner circle. Her by choice, me by force. In the grand scheme of things, I'm inconsequential to Zariel. Sure, I've got the engine, but I wasn't even her strongest fighter. But she favored me like a child favors a captive pet. Mizora envied the attention, I suppose. I'm sure when Zariel gave her the order to hunt me down, Mizora was delighted.
Do you think she'll keep coming after you?
I don't know. You'd think she'd have more important things to do. Devils and their pride.
I can see why you were so keen to escape.
No kidding. The fighting, the chaos, the betrayal. It had the makings of a good stage show, but I did not want to be one of the players.
Don't talk about your infernal...
Old Rusty? Sure.
Sounds like all we need to do to fix your engine is to find some infernal iron.
Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
That'd been like...
Agonizing. God's what I wouldn't give for a hug. A pat. Anything. You've never met anyone so desperate for a hug as this one right here. Pathetic perhaps, but true. It's my lot to bear, and I bear it badly. Oh well. Can't have it all, can you? Not today, at least.
Arian.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
What do you make of Raphael's deal?
I won't lie. It's tempting. If I keep the tadpole, I risk transforming into a grotesque monster. If I lose the tadpole, Cazador has control of me, body and soul, and I return to the shadows. It's grim either way, so why not sell what's left of my soul to a devil? Better he has it than Cazador.
Other options. Better.
Figuring out what's happening to us, confronting a god called the Absolute, and then finding time to kill my old master before he can control me once more? Yes, that's an option, but I wouldn't bet eternity on it.
That's your pessimism.
Speak.
Me, or have you been looking at me differently?
I have a confession. I was too hasty to judge you. I thought you witless, gutless, unimpressively bland.
About now?
Now, well, you've earned my respect and more still. You've proven your wits. You are efficient and dominant, in and out of battle. You've proven your courage. I swear you would tear the horns off one dragon to plunge into another. And you're hardly bland. Your scent alone is enough to make my neck sweat and my hairs stand on end.
Thank me so much then. Why are you such a prickly grush?
If you must know, Vlaakith requires everything of her children. I can't count how many bruises I've inflicted. Can't measure how much blood I've drawn in the undying Queen's name. I know only blood red and death black. My mind is silver, and my body steel. I am what I must be. Say what I must be. To survive every beast I face and every wound I bear. Enough talk. I will be plain. I want to taste you. Perhaps tonight, perhaps later. But I want it all the same. Do you?
That's not the answer.
Your loss, I fear. One day soon, you will wonder how my lips might have tasted, how my fingers on your skin might have felt, and you will wish you could return to this lost moment.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
Researching the elephant parasites. Is there anything you can tell me?
I've inspected a tadpole up close and seen the effects of them on the absolute so-called true souls. Powerful, certainly, but clearly arrested by magic, too. The question I just can't answer is, who has done this? And why? There'll be no firm answers until Moonrise Towers, I fear.
Shadow curse you spoke of. Who can be that?
It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better.
What about this secret stronghold in Under? Must know more.
Precious little, but I'm quite certain it can still be found.
Make you the responsible for this shadow curse. How?
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the shadow curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Or how the shadow curse can be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
How are you faring out here at the camp?
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand.
You'll find plenty of books to follow on. I keep coming across them everywhere.
Is that so? Well, nature does abhor waste. I will keep watch, thank you. I had a feeling time in your company would prove fruitful.
That's why you went with Arodin. You thought he might find this.
Precisely.
Right?
Then perhaps I could have done so, but in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Arodin and his band. We didn't even get close.
Celebration with the Tieflings before. I hope I didn't come over too strong. Got caught up in them all.
There are few things that are too strong for me. And cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same.
Honestly, I just forget if I ever have it.
Of course. Whatever you wish.
Okay. Voila.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable.
Have you researched
Thank you
turned up
so
anything that might help me with this parasite problem?
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep, just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all. I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
I have the faintest idea of what's
Don't
doing.
fidget. The needle must slip behind your eye, not through it.
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push.
That's enough, stop.
I nearly have it.
And stop.
As you wish, my friend. When the transformation occurs, I can only hope you are far away from me.
You. Running away.
What's on your mind?
I was wondering about that mighty lord you told me about in your story.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried.
Oh, hello.
With a spell of his own devising,
Just you.
he endeavored to usurp in one fell
We
swoop
spent around
of
an
the
hour
goddess of magic.
talking to our companions.
Mistral, she was called then.
No action so
Imagine what
far
it must have felt
today.
like to be a god, to know yourself, to be untouchable, to be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel, and with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral, the end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more, an event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
So that moment in time, all magic was gone?
For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. Try to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
If you ever feel the Nether's magic overtaking you, what will you do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
Well met.
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think?
The right teacher, yes? What are your thoughts on the devil, Will?
Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great.
That's for sure. Don't worry, I have no interest in the devil's deal.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.